Today we'll be learning Perfect und Präteritum. Okay? Past, Perfect und Präteritum. Can you tell me what perfect is, Arvind and Absam?
These are past tenses.
Yes.
So, perfect is when you are telling something which you have done recently,
Mm-hmm.
and preteritum is when you are like narrating something.
Ja, sehr gut. Arvind, was denkst du?
Perfect is like you're sure something about something. There is no doubt. Is it?
Uh, Perfect tense is something which we say in the past, which is used to refer to the past. Hat,
Okay.
gemacht, okay? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So perfect tense in German is used for the recent past. It is used for the recent past. Recent past is very important because we have Prateritum as well. Prateritum is, on the other hand, used for something which has happened long ago, and perfect is mostly used in the speaking German. We rarely use Prateritum while speaking. Prateritum is mostly used in tales, stories, fables, or as Ibsam said, while we are narrating a story, something which has happened like 10 to 15 years back. In spoken German, past perfect tense is more commonly used, then we use the past tense. Past tense, which is Prateritum. Perfect is used with the or made with the help of two auxiliary verbs, haben and sein. Haben, sein. Haben is conjugated and sein is also conjugated and it is placed in the second position. Majority of the verbs have haben and only a few have sein. When there is a accent taking place, then most probably we use sein. And always, it's like more often we have haben. The position of haben and sein would be in the second position. So the auxiliary verbs are placed in the second position and they are conjugated according to the subject. Like we normally conjugate any verb, they are conjugated and they are placed in the second position. Okay, let's learn a few perfect forms of a few verbs and then come back to making sentences. There are like 5 to 6 types of verbs wherein we can differentiate them in the way the perfect tense is made. So first, we can say the German participle or the German perfect for weak verbs. What are weak verbs, Arvind? Can you give me an example? Arvind?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm here. Um, I think we had learned this.
A normal verb or a weak verb? Okay, a weak verb is a normal verb which is conjugated normally, right? We learned some irregular verbs, we learned some strong verbs which do not follow the normal rules of conjugation.
Correct.
Yeah, so these are weak verbs which follow the normal rules of conjugation. Okay, now for the rule or the way the weak verbs are made into perfect tense are they prefix with ge or a gay way and end with te. Okay, weak verbs have a prefix ge for the perfect tense and they end with t. Let's take examples.
Gallant.
Yes, they're good. Marken becomes gemacht. Fragen becomes gefragt. Similarly, spielen would become
Gespielt.
sehr gut. Wohnen, exam,
Gewohnt,
yes. Antworten,
geantwortet,
yes. Arbeiten, sind,
Gearbeitet.
sehr gut. Okay, so all these have have a prefix ge and they are ending with t. This is how we make perfect tense for weak verbs. Okay, weak verbs are verbs which are conjugated normally or regularly. Next type would be some verbs which take en instead of ge, or these verbs can be strong verbs. They prefix with ge, but they end with en instead of t. Let's look at the examples. Sehen. Sehen is not conjugated normally. Ich sehe, du siehst. Right? We have learned the conjugation of these verbs. So, as strong verbs take the prefix as ge and end with en, the perfect for sehen would be ge, sehen. Okay? It is having a prefix ge and it is ending with en. Next would be tragen. Tragen again is not a weak verb. Is trage, du trägst. Umlaut. That's why tragen becomes getragen. Next, lesen. Arvind, what would it be?
Gelesen.
Yes, they would. Halten, Ipsum,
Gehalten.
yes, they would. Schlafen,
Geschlafen.
Geschlafen.
yes. Rufen,
Angerufen.
nur
Oh,
gerufen.
gerufen. Okay.
Anrufen would be angerufen.
Okay.
Yeah. Essen, Arvind,
SN is different. Gay. I.
yeah. Essen would be
It is not gay SN for sure.
okay. It
Ge-
is gegessen.
Gay SN, correct.
Okay, because we cannot directly say gegessen, gegessen. That's why it becomes. We add a G over here. It becomes gegessen. Okay. Now let's go to the next type. Verbs beginning with per, er, te, ent, or a ter. Okay, verbs which begin with ver, er, be, ent, und ser. These verbs don't take ges prefix. Okay, unlike other verbs that we learned, these verbs which begin with ver, er, ser, ent do not take ge as the prefix, and the root of the verbs retains its endings. Okay, let's look at the examples. Per person. Per is starting with fair, that's why it falls under this category. And the perfect for fair person is fair besert. Fair besert. That is, the root is remaining as it is. Next example, erklären. KLA umlaut. Erklären is beginning with erklären. The perfect for erklären is erklärt. A umlaut. E. Similarly, besuchen. What would besuchen be?
Besucht.
Yes, they would. Besucht, entdecken. Entdecken would be,
Entdeckt.
Entdecken.
they would entdeckt. Airbrushing would be yes,
Zerbrecht.
nine. Here, Airbrushing is not conjugated normally, or that's why that becomes broken. The root form of brushing is broken. That's why it becomes zerbrochen. Okay, let's highlight this. Now there are also a few
What
like
does this mean?
What is
Stalin.
what is the meaning of Zerbroken?
Brescian. Do you know the meaning for Brescian?
Mm-hmm. No,
Bracken, Brescian, anything?
no,
It is similar to that. Yes, anyone?
no. I definitely don't. I'm hearing that word first time, I think.
Okay, celebration is to break.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, Brescian is to break. Celebration is also to break. Entdecken, what does entdecken mean?
And
Entdecken, yes, is to discover. Bezuken,
okay. Search.
Beznine. Zuken is search. Bezuken is to visit.
Vis-
Visit. Visit.
Erklären,
Explain.
yeah. Okay, when I'll give you a few websites. Okay, let's do that at the end of this lecture. There are a few websites which I'll be telling you. So just remind me if I forget, okay, at the end of the lecture. Yeah.
Okay.
So Stalin does not follow this rule. Stalin becomes Gestalt. Okay. Similarly, Bestalin would become Bestelt.
then isn't this uh,
Yes.
a weak verb then? The stellen, and because it forms gestalt.
Yeah, that's why it is a weak verb. But I'm Stellan and Bestalin is similar. That's why I took it under
Okay,
this category.
okay,
We are just adding Bay for Stellan, and I'm showing this difference basically.
okay, okay.
Yeah, that's why. Even though Stellan is becoming Gestalt, Bestalin is becoming Bestels. That's the difference I want to point out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, what does Stellan mean?
To place,
Yeah, and Bestalin?
to order.
To order.
Yeah.
Order.
And Stellan is conjugated normally, but Bestalin, because it has the beginning Bay, it is not following Stellan's perfect tense. Like Einladen would take the perfect tense of Laden. Bestalin wouldn't take the perfect tense for Stellan. Bestalin comes under this category, and Bestalin would be Bestelt. Okay. Similarly, Stehen is gestanden, whereas Verstehen is Verstanden. It is not Verstanden or Vergestanden. Okay, even though Stehen is standen, Verstehen is Verstanden because it begins with fair and the root is standen. Okay, moving to the next category, verbs ending with IERN. Verbs which end with IERN also do not take GE as a prefix. and they end with T. Okay. For example, photograph herein, photograph herein is ending with IEREN. Verbs which end with IERN do not take GE as the prefix and they end with te. Okay, so photographerin becomes photographier. Photographerin is becoming photographered. It is not becoming gay photographered. GE is not added as the prefix and the verb is ending with te. Okay, next example, telephoneerin. Yes, telephoneerin would become
Telephoneered.
it would telegraph urine will become
Telegraphered.
yes. Gratulieren, Arvind,
Gratuliert.
yes. Tell me.
Gratulate.
Yeah. Reparieren,
Repariate.
yes. Okay. Verbs which end with IERN do not take GE as the prefix and they end with te.
Is it also for studieren?
Yes. Studioren becomes studioed.
Okay.
Now in separable verbs, GE comes in between the separable verbs. Separable verbs. So separable verbs GE comes in between the separable prefix and the participle. The root of the verb takes its own participle ending. Okay, or we can also say as the verb main verb in the separable verb retains its own perfect form, only ge is added between the prefix and the participle. Okay, for example, aufräumen, umlaut, aufräumen becomes aufgeräumt. Umlaut again. Räumen becomes räumt. That's why aufräumen becomes aufgeräumt. Einladen, laden becomes eingeladen.
Eingeladen.
Anrufen would become
Angerufen.
yes. Wiederbringen ipsum
Wiedergebringt.
wieder gebracht.
Gebracht. Okay.
Okay. Bringen becomes gebracht. That's why wieder bringen becomes wieder gebracht. Similarly, machen becomes gemacht. That's why zu machen becomes zugemacht. Kommen becomes gekommen. That's why mitkommen becomes mitgekommen. Okay. Now there are some strong verbs which undergo complete transformation. They undergo a change in the vowel. Okay, for example, finden becomes gefunden. Finden does not become gefinden or gefindet or nur findet. Finden becomes gefunden. There's a complete transformation in the vowel over here. I is becoming you. Similarly, sprechen becomes gesprochen. Again, E is becoming O. Bleiben becomes geblieben. Please note the EI and IE difference. Bleiben is becoming geblieben. IE and here it was EI. EI is becoming IE. Kennen is becoming gekannt. Again, E is becoming A. Fliegen, geflogen. IE is changing to O. Fliegen becomes geflogen. Schwimmen becomes geschwommen. Okay, these are the rules only for a few strong verbs, wherein the verbs undergo a complete transformation. We cannot predict what the perfect would be. Again, then there are a few verbs which undergo a complete transformation. They undergo a total transformation in the participle. Excuse me. For example, gehen does not become gegehen or gegeht. Gehen becomes gegangen. Yes. Gehen becomes gegangen. Sein becomes gewesen. Okay, sein is not becoming side, geside, nothing. Sein is going a total transformation. Sein is becoming gewesen. Sitzen becomes gesessen. Sitzen is becoming gesessen. Essen becomes gegessen. And here it is gesessen. Only a G and S. Stehen becomes gestanden. Bringen becomes gebracht. Denken becomes gedacht. Okay, so these are few verbs which undergo total transformation. Gehen becomes gegangen, sein, gewissen, sitzen, gesessen, stehen, gestanden, bringen, gebracht, denken, gedacht. Okay, now these are how we form the perfect for a few verbs. Now we learned that there has to be an auxiliary verb which occupies the second position. The perfect form of the verb goes at the end of the sentence. Okay, now how do we understand if it is haben or sein? We cannot always use both haben or sein. There are a few verbs which take both, which work with haben also and which work with sein also. But of course, there are cases wherein they take sein and wherein they take haben. But a few verbs compulsorily take haben as the auxiliary verb and others take sein as compulsory their auxiliary verb. Most of the verbs take haben, although there are verbs which take sein as well. Intransitive verbs of motion and a few others are conjugated with the help of sein instead of haben. Okay, let's look at a few verbs which take sein first. Sein itself takes sein as the auxiliary verb. While learning the perfect tense, we learn it as sein ist gewesen. That is, make it a habit that whenever we are learning perfect tense, the perfect form of verbs, you learn it with the auxiliary verb. So sein takes ist gewesen, or we can say sein is sein gewesen. For learning, we make it easy and we learn it with its RSE form. Sein ist gewesen, common also takes ist. That's why we learn it as ist gekommen. Fahren also takes sein ist gefahren. Bleiben becomes ist geblieben. Werden ist geworden. Steigen ist gestiegen. Fliegen ist geflogen. Schwimmen ist geschwommen. Gehen becomes ist gegangen. Okay, the perfect tense is formed with the auxiliary verb haben or sein. which occupies the second place in the sentence and it is conjugated according to the subject. Okay, the participle comes at the end of the sentence and it is remained as it is, as if we do not conjugate or change anything to the perfect form of the verb. Okay, let's take an example for forming the perfect tense. In presence, a sentence would be Ich lerne. Okay, this is the present form. Ich is our subject, lernen is the verb, and it is conjugated according to the subject. That's why it is Ich lerne in the present form. In perfect, it becomes Ich habe gelernt. Okay, the perfect form for lernen is gelernt, and the auxiliary verb is haben, or the helping word you can call it. Helping word is haben. Haben is conjugated according to the subject, that is ich over here. That's why it becomes ich habe gelernt. Okay, if we have some object or there is something more in the sentence, for example, ich habe Deutsch gelernt. So the perfect always goes at the end, and the verb, the auxiliary verb or the helping verb, is conjugated at the second position according to the subject ish. Okay. If we add heart, Deutsch gelernt. If you observe, there is no harm done to the perfect form. Gelernt is remaining gelernt. Aber, oh, but haben, the auxiliary verb, is getting conjugated according to the subject over here, which is er. Er is heart, ish is habe. This is a normal conjugation of haben and sein. If there is something more in the sentence, like ich habe heute 2 Stunden Deutsch gelernt. Okay, if there is something more in the sentence that would come according to the normal rules of forming a sentence, only the thing that changes in perfect is the verb is conjugated according to the subject. The verb is haben, and the main verb of the sentence is going at the end in the perfect form of the verb. Here the verb was lernen. The perfect for lernen is gelernt, and the auxiliary verb with lernen is haben. That's why haben is getting conjugated according to the subject, and the perfect form is going at the end of the sentence. Is das klar? This was the perfect tense, and perfect tense is mostly used in spoken German, and it is used for the recent past. This is very important. Perfect tense is used for the recent past and it is used in the spoken or speaking German. It is made with the help of haben and sein, which are called as auxiliary verbs, and the auxiliary verbs are conjugated in the second position. The perfect tense of the verb goes at the end of the sentence. Clear?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let's build a few perfect tense. Ich wohne in Berlin. Exam. How would you build the perfect for this?
Ich habe in Berlin gewohnt.
Ich habe in Berlin gewohnt. Sehr gut. Arvind, spielst du Tennis?
Uh, yes. Gespielt do tennis.
Nein. Wherever the verb is in the question in the sentence, it would take haben or sein, and the perfect
Has
form would go at the end.
okay. Okay. Has do tennis gespielt.
Yes, sehr gut. Hast du Tennis gespielt? Okay. Exam, wir fragen den Lehrer.
Wir haben den Lehrer gefragt.
Okay?
Fragt.
Yes, sehr gut. Wir haben den Lehrer gefragt. Hmm, Die Kinder lesen das Buch. Arvind?
Uh, die Kinder hat das Buch gelesen. Gelesen.
We did
Lesen.
listen. What is lesen? What is the perfect for
Lesen.
lesen?
Lesen. Gelesen.
Yeah. Lesen does not take normal conjugation. That's why lesen becomes gelesen. And the auxiliary
Okay.
verb over here is haben, right?
Yes,
We need to
haben.
conjugate haben according to die Kinder.
Uh, Kinder plural.
Mm-hmm.
Hast. Hast is.
Nine.
Mm.
Ich habe, du hast, sie hat, wir haben, ihr habt, sie haben.
Haben. Okay, Kinder haben.
Ja. Die Kinder haben das Buch gelesen.
Gelesen.
Yes, sehr gut. Okay. Yeah. Now, uh, I'll give you sentences in English and we will do the perfect tense in German. Okay. answer these and we'll discuss in 2 minutes. Let's start.
1 minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Arvind, how will you do the first one?
Hast du die Zeitung gelesen?
Yeah. Say good. Past to.
Die Zeitung
Mm-hmm.
gelesen.
Say good. Exam.
Wir haben äh, der Atlas mitgebracht.
Mm-hmm. Then
Den
Atlas.
Atlas. Okay. Mitgebracht.
Mm-hmm. Say good. Arvind.
Uh, der Atlas entlang mitbringen. Is that not correct?
Sorry.
I want bring is mitbringen, right? I can also say mitbringen.
Yeah. Mitbringen is the verb. Correct.
Okay, you have used the past sense of mitgebracht. Okay.
Yeah. The third
Ah,
one.
okay, 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 okay. He goes to office. Hat zur Arbeit gegangen.
Erhard.
Zur, I think,
Mm-hmm. Gave.
Arbeit gegangen.
Mhm. Okay. Gehen takes haben oder sein.
I have to check.
Gehen takes sein. Arvind. That's why. How will you do this? Er.
Is.
Ja. Sehr gut. Er ist zur Arbeit gegangen.
Okay.
Mostly the verbs which take sein show a shift in position or show movement. Okay, gehen, fahren show movement or change of position. That's why these verbs take sein. But this again is not compulsory for all the verbs. Okay,
Mhm.
exam.
Ich habe Mr. India gekannt.
Yeah.
I know Mr. India is Ishkene Mr. India, Herr India, right?
Yes.
Then where is the
And then over
past?
here we are doing the perfect form of all these sentences. All the English sentences that I told you are in present tense, but I wanted you to form perfect tenses for all these, not only translate them.
Okay, then it should be then I knew Mr. India. Then that will be correct, right?
Yeah, correct. But I've given all the sentences in perfect presence. Do you read the newspaper? Have you read the newspaper? Right? We bring that loss along. We brought that loss along. All the sentences which I gave you were in present tense, and I
Okay,
wanted you to form the perfect in German. Okay? Ibsam?
okay.
Sorry, Arvind.
Ah,
I am here. Uh, ich bin here. I am
Ich bin.
here.
Ja.
HI.
And the perfect for sein is the verb over here is this is the presence, right? Ich bin here is the presence. What is the perfect
Mhm.
for the verb bin or sein?
1 minute. I think. Okay. Gewesen.
Yes. And it takes sein as the helping verb. That's why it remains ich bin here gewesen. Okay, is that clear, Edwin?
Yeah.
Yeah. Exam.
Um, Conny hat einen Arzt geworden.
Arts oder AIDS still.
Arzt geworden.
Yes. Again,
Uh,
does werden become take haben or sein?
Okay, yeah, it takes sein.
Yeah. Koni.
Conny ist
Sehr gut.
ein
Ist einen Ärztin geworden. Arvind?
I had written differently. Koni werden zu der Arts bekommen.
How many verbs did you use in this sentence, Arvind?
Werden and bekommen.
Yeah. We just use two verbs just like that.
Okay.
Werden in itself means to become.
Okay.
And bekommen does not mean to become. Bekommen means to get.
Okay.
Yeah. Werden means to become. Werden is something that we show a desire to do in the future or to become. So only werden is sufficient. We do not need bekommen. And bekommen does not become. Please note that bekommen is to get something.
Okay.
Okay, clear?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's einen Artsin. Artsin is female, right? Koni is
Female.
male. Yeah. Koni is
then
male
it
name, I
should
think.
be
Yes. Correct. What would it be?
Einen Arts.
But Connie is a female.
No, I think Koni is a male. It's a male name
Okay.
actually.
Okay. If Connie was a female, let's consider Connie as male. Okay, let's give it a different name.
Yeah. Maria is Artsin. Yeah. You can
Okay,
give.
Radha. Okay, Maria, Radha. Okay.
Okay.
Now what would it be?
Artsin is correct.
Yeah. And the article ending, einen oder was?
Radha is. Hmm. Uh, Let me give me 1 minute. I have to look at the table.
Yes, please.
Hmm. Why did we use einen in the first place? I don't know.
She wants to become a doctor. She does not just want to become doctor. She wants to become a doctor.
So it is because accusative.
Yes. Accusative is,
Yeah, then eine.
yeah, sehr gut. Radha ist eine Ärztin geworden. Good, you noticed that I just skipped. I just took it as einen. Okay, next one.
Do you get pocket money? Has du Geld einstecken gekommen?
Sorry.
Geld einstecken. I think that's what the translation into pocket money.
Okay, or Taschengeld to make it simple.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hast du Taschengeld gekommen?
Sehr gut. Hast du Taschengeld?
Gekommen.
Gekommen or bekommen?
Oh, bekommen, I think.
Yeah. Hast du Taschengeld bekommen?
Bekannt.
What is the perfect for bekommen?
Bekannt.
Bekannt, warum?
B, anything start with B,
Yes.
you end T.
Yeah.
That's the rule.
Right. Bekommen or bekommen would become bekommt or can't.
Bekannt. Okay.
No, I'm asking Arvind. I heard you.
Bekannt. Right?
I heard bekannt. I heard you said bekannt. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah. I said bekannt.
Why bekannt? What is the root form of bekommen?
Common.
Huh. Heresy form?
Ah, big. Big. Compt.
9. Bekommen remains bekommen.
Okay.
Okay. Hast du Taschengeld bekommen? Yes. Ipsam?
Mrs. Joshi,
Oder
hart
Frau
schnell.
Joshi?
Ja. Frau Joshi, ja, sorry. Frau Joshi, hart schnell gefahren.
Gefehlt.
Yeah. What is the auxiliary verb for fahren?
Sein, okay.
Yeah.
Ist schnell gefahren.
Yes. Gefahren is the perfect form. Arvind. It does not become gefehlt. Gefahren is fahren becomes gefahren.
Gefehlt also, I think there is a word, right? No?
9.
Okay.
Okay. Fahren becomes gefahren. Okay. Is perfect tense clear? Haben or sein takes the second position and the perfect form goes at the end. Okay, and whenever you learn the perfect form for a few, For the verbs, I mean, please learn it with the auxiliary form itself. When you're learning fahren, learn it as ist gefahren. When you're learning machen, learn it as hat gemacht. So that you do not get confused with the auxiliary verb. Okay, this was perfect. Now let's learn preteritum. What is the preteritum? We learned modal verbs with the preteritum tense, but we did not learn what preteritum was. What do you think is preteritum tense?
Sorry, could you please repeat this question? I didn't.
Yeah, what do you think is preteritum?
Past tense.
Yes, preteritum is the simple past tense. Das preteritum. Okay, umlaut. Das preteritum is the simple past tense. In German, it is used to define or to narrate about the remote past. Okay, what happened today morning or yesterday, past last month, last week, is written in the perfect tense or the perfect that we learned just now. But which is and perfect is more often used in the spoken form of the language. On the other hand, past tense is more often used in stories, folk tales, fables, etc. Okay, perfect is used more often in spoken language. Preteritum is used in stories, fables, and when you want to narrate something. Okay, preteritum form is used or written in the second position itself. Okay, unlike the perfect tense, we do not uh, have any auxiliary verb for preteritum. We only have the preteritum form of the verb. Okay, and the verb remains in its position itself. There is no change of position for preteritum, unlike perfect. Preteritum is used for remote past and it is often used in tales. We do not often speak the preteritum form of the verb. Okay, and let's look at how we form the preteritum form. The weak verbs directly end with te or ate or te or ete. Like weak verbs regularly form their preteritum tense by adding te at the end. And if the verb already ends with t or d, we add ete. Okay. Weak verbs usually end with t in the preteritum sentence. And if the verb already ends with t or t, we end the preteritum form with et instead of no t. Okay. Again, these are just a few Examples, there are obviously exceptions wherein it does not, there is a complete transformation in the preteritum form, or it does not follow these rules. We cannot predict all the verbs under some criteria, but this is how it usually forms. The preteritum form usually ends with te a, and if the verb already has t or d at the end, we end it with ata. For example, Vartin becomes Vartetter. Okay, Vartin. The preteritum for Vartin is Vartetter. Vart, the root form, ete, the ending. But Lakin becomes Lakter. Okay, the root or the root form of the verb lack and te at the end. Okay, now because the preteritum form is written or used in the second position, it replaces the verb to the preteritum form. Because it is in the second position, we need to conjugate it according to the subject, right? As we conjugate the normal verb according to the subject, we need to conjugate the preteritum form as well according to the subject. As we have learned a few basic rules of conjugation of normal verb, similarly, we will be learning a few how to conjugate a preteritum form. Okay, let's take these both verbs itself, Lakin and Vartin. Arvind, what does Lakin mean? Yes, Arvind?
Oh, I was on mute. Laugh.
Yeah. So in preteritum, it would be loved. Exam, what does Vartin mean?
To wait.
Yeah. In perfect, it would be waited.
Yeah.
So the preteritum form for Lakin is Lakter. Ish remains Lakter. Do gets an ending st at the end.
Lach test.
It becomes Laktest. They're good. Heresy gets an remains the same. It becomes Lakter. Weird gets an ending en at the end, so it becomes Lakten. Ear gets an ending t at the end, it becomes Laktet. And ZZ gets the ending en, it becomes Lakten. Basically, this is the basic rules of conjugating a verb. Only ish, heresy is remaining the main preteritum form, that is, which is following ish as well. Do is getting st at the end. Here is getting en, but over here, as we already have ee, we cannot add double e. That's why it is getting only n. Here is getting t at the end. Zz is also getting t at the end. Okay. Similarly, for Vartin, Vartin preteritum form Vartetter. Do would get st at the end. Vartetest. Now we're adding st. But if we had only t, we would have added est. Okay. Is wartete, du wartetest, er is the wartete. Okay. The lower the preterite form, here we are adding en at the end, warteten. Here e at the end, wartetet. Is the en at the end, warteten.
In the air zs form,
Mm-hmm.
we are not using var tet tet.
No. In the
Okay.
aerasive form, it is remaining the preterite form itself, like how we conjugated modal verbs, if you remember. Its aerasive
Okay.
form remains the same.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's list a few preterite form of a few verbs and then move forward to the exercise. First, aufräumen becomes räumte. Okay. Now räumte would take the second position and auf would go at the end. So aufräumen becomes räumte auf. Besuchen becomes besuchte. Danken, what do you think danken will become?
Duncan.
Bedanke.
Nine. Danken will become dankte. They're just adding PE at the end.
Okay.
Yeah. Island, yes.
Eilte.
Sehr gut. Alter. Frühstücken,
Frühstückte.
sehr gut. Frühstückte. Both the U's have umlaut over here. Grüßen, umlaut. Ibsam,
Grüßte.
yeah. Grüßte. Heißen, heißen. Arvin,
Heißt.
heißte.
Heißt. Okay.
Okay. Interessieren, Ibsam,
Interessierten. Interessierte.
sehr gut. Interessierte. Konzentrieren, Arvin,
Konzentrierte.
yes, sehr gut. Konzentrierte. Over here, it does not only become TE, it becomes TRE, konzentrierte. Okay, lernen, exam,
Lernte.
mhm. Mieten, Arvind,
Meter.
sehr gut. Mietete,
Meter. Okay.
nicken, exam,
Nickte.
sehr gut.
What does this mean?
To nod,
Okay.
yeah. What does mieten mean? Mieten,
To rent.
Renting.
Ja, sehr gut. Lernen, learn, konzentrieren, concentrate, heißen,
Heat.
Name.
To heat.
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 Sehr gut. Eilen,
To hurry.
ja, sehr gut. Besuchen,
Visit.
Visit.
sehr gut. Ähm, Rutschen, Arvind,
Root. Rootster.
Rutster. There
Rootster.
is no
Okay.
T at the end, right? That's why normally. Rutster. Amel,
What does this mean? Rutschen?
Rutschen is to slide. Slide or slip and fall.
Okay.
Tamil, Ipsam,
Um, Zamelt.
yes. Samelt. Saigen, Arvind,
Zeit.
take good. Watson, Ipsam,
Quatchte.
take
Quatchte.
good. Watch.
Uh, what is also the meaning of this?
Watson is to chat.
Okay.
And the chat on the text is called chat in itself.
Okay, so this is not the one that we do on text.
No, no. Watson
Okay.
is the talking chat. The
Okay.
chat which we text is chatted.
Okay.
Jofnen, O umlaut, FFNEN. Ofnen, Arvind,
Of nut.
sehr good. O umlaut, FFNETE. Ofnete. Tauschen,
Tauschte.
ja, sehr gut. Wundern, Arvind,
Undant.
sehr gut. Wundert. Okay, now strong verbs undergo a complete change. These were a few normal verbs. There are a few strong verbs which undergo a complete change as in perfect as well. For example, stehen becomes stand. Gehen becomes ging. Bingen becomes brachte. Haben becomes hatte. Okay. And when we are speaking or whenever we are using the perfect or the past tense, usually the past tense of haben, sein, and the moral verbs is used more often than the perfect tense. Okay, I mean all the other perfect tenses we used more often than we use the preteritum form of all the verbs. But in case of haben, sein, and the modal verbs, in speaking as well, we use the preteritum form. That's why we learned the preteritum form of the modal verbs. If you remember, when we were doing sentences on the preteritum form of modal verbs, they were normal sentences that happened a few days back. Whenever we are regarding or saying something that happened a few days back, we use the perfect tense and not the preteritum tense. But in case of modal verbs, we more often use the preteritum form rather than using the perfect form. Clear?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now I will show you a few websites. If you usually refer a dictionary, then the Langenscheid dictionary is the best dictionary. It comes in yellow color and has an L written on it. But if you want to refer an online dictionary, leo.org, then I have dict.say and Vocabulix. These three sites give you a lot of information. On leo.org, if you have to search, obviously they show all the meanings of the nouns with the case. So if it is kin, we have das Kind. We get the article of the noun and the plural as well. Kind is das Kind. And for now, more often you can use the verbs in case you want to check the perfect and the preteritum form. Machen is the verb, magte is the preteritum form of the verb, and gemacht is the perfect form of the verb. Okay. Similarly, on dict.cc as well, they show you the preteritum form and the past tense also. Machen, magte, gemacht. That is the present, preteritum form, and the perfect form of the verb. Now, this Vocabulix is a translation, no, not translation, conjugation website wherein you enter a verb and they give you its whole conjugation in the present form, in the perfect form, or in the preteritum form as well. In case we are having a difficulty in the conjugation of it, on Vocabulix, you can search it and we can get the conjugation of the verb itself as well. But leo.org is, I guess, the most recommended site because we have everything over here, the perfect and the preteritum as well. Now, whenever you're learning verbs, I recommend you to learn it with the preteritum form as well as the perfect form. Like if you're learning the verb stehen, learn it as stehen, stand, gestanden. That is, learn it with the preteritum form and the perfect form as well. And also make sure that you learn the this helping verb or auxiliary verb, that is haben or sein. So when we're learning stehen, it will be stehen, stand, hat gestanden. Okay, so that you get clear with the preteritum form as well as the perfect. In some verbs, we get confused between preteritum form and the perfect form as well. So it's better we learn it together. Okay, in case you're making a list, make sure that you make a list in this way. Make 3 columns or 4 columns. First for present form or the infinitive form, then the preteritum form and the perfect form. And make sure that you write haben or sein, that is hat or ist, in the perfect form. Clear?
Yes.
Now let's solve a few exercises for preteritum.
So just want to clarify. So only when in the uh, perfect form, we don't have any conjugations for it remains the same.
Yes. For
Only
perfect
the
form,
had.
yeah, haben or sein is conjugated in the perfect tense.
Okay.
And for preteritum form, we conjugate the preteritum form of the verb. We do not have any auxiliary verb like haben or sein in preteritum form.
Okay.
Okay. Now let's solve a few exercises. Build the preteritum form for these sentences. These are again in presence. I want you to form them in preteritum form. Okay. Yes, Arvind, what would this be?
CS2 then film next.
Okay, the preteritum form for Zehen is Za. Okay. So now, how would you make the preteritum sentence for this sentence?
Has do then
Nine,
film
nine. Preteritum form. We do not have haben or sein over here.
Zadu then
Yeah,
film next.
say good. Now, how would you conjugate Za?
Za
Zast.
Zast.
Right?
Okay.
We are adding st. Zast.
Zastu then film next.
Say good. Exam. Again, the preteritum form is ging.
Ich, ich ging gern in die Oper.
Very good. Is here okay. Is ging gern in the Oper. Okay, so here basically we are just replacing the verb by the preteritum form of the verb and we are conjugating it according to the subject. That's it. We do not have any auxiliary verb or nor is the verb changing its position. Arvind?
Ich denke.
Okay. The preteritum form for Denken is doctor.
Doctor. Okay. Ich Doctor an mein Kindheit.
An meine Kindheit. Bringen becomes brachte. Exam.
No, what is the meaning of previous sentence? Ich Doctor meine Kindheit.
Kindheit is childhood. Denken. What does Denken mean, Arvind?
I think.
Yeah, I think upon my childhood. Or I
Okay.
think about my childhood.
Brachtete ihr near das Buch.
Brachte. Is it?
Ihr
Brachte, Varu?
for ear.
We only add T, right?
Okay.
Yeah. Bracted. Yes, bracted near
Near das Buch.
Arvind?
Er kamst. Er kamt.
9. Check the conjugation.
Kamst, kamt.
Yeah. Erkam.
Act over.
Yeah, sehr gut. And the last one, exam. Okay, Rufin becomes Reef.
Um, wir riefen dich an.
Sehr good. Okay, now I will give you a few English sentences in English, and I want you to translate them completely and make the preterite form of the sentences. I want you to form the preterite form for these sentences and not only translate them as you would. Ready?
Yes.
Yeah. First one, Imsan.
Wir spielten Cricket.
Sehr gut. Arvind. Arvind.
One minute. I was.
Yeah.
Uh, wir spiel, spiel, okay. Do you has to make test the Kuchen?
Arvind, always when we say do you taste or did you taste or have you taken, we do not usually use do and have in German. We directly use a verb which is sufficient to make the sense.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
So I can just remove the has.
Yeah.
Do test
Exactly.
the
The verb would come in the first position. The verb is schmecken over here, right?
okay. Schmeckt es du die Kuchen? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Next test to the Kyushu.
Kuchen. Cake is Kuchen.
Yeah. Right. Exam.
Es wurde bald dunkel.
Very good. Es wurde. Arvind.
So I actually wrote es schnell wurde dunkel. That is, I think I have to reverse, right? Wurde has to come second.
Yes. Wurde has to come second position.
Soon, but I can use schnell. No.
Yeah, you can use, but soon is more appropriate. Bald is more appropriate. Bald means soon and schnell means fast.
Wird bald dunkel. Is that correct or no?
What is the where what we say predator form for werden?
Wurde is it?
Yeah, wird is the normal conjugation.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why wurde. Clear?
Yeah.
Yeah. The next one.
Ich lud ihn ein.
Sorry, ish.
LUD lud. Einlud. I think I just translated this one. Actually, I didn't know.
Einladen is the verb.
Yeah, einladen. So
Yeah.
I'm separate. I have to. We have to separate them, right?
Yeah. Ish lud.
Ihm ein.
Ein. Sehr gut. So,
Kochtest du oft für alle?
sehr gut. Test. Arvind.
Uma tanzte Kathak.
Sehr gut. Uma. Okay. This was the preteritum form. Now, tell me the difference between perfect and preteritum form. All that we learned today.
Perfect is for simple past tense.
Okay. When do
And
we use perfect?
you use it mainly for speaking.
Yeah.
And praetoritum is for storytelling or I don't
Mhm.
know.
Yes. Exam, what do you think? What's the difference?
And
Yeah.
conjugation, it follows the conjugation of
Right?
normal verbs,
Right.
and it is in second position.
Yeah. Anything more? Exam, would you like to add something?
Um, it's all that Arvind has already said. I think
Yeah. Okay.
that yeah.
Mhm. Okay. So preterm form is used in the second position itself. We only have different form as a preterm form. Preterm form is mostly used for a lot of past, I mean something which happened 10 to 15 years ago, whereas perfect is used for saying something which happened just a few weeks back or a month back. Perfect is mostly used in the spoken German, whereas preterite form is used in stories, fables, or when you want to narrate something. Preterite form is used in the second position. Perfect, in perfect, we have auxiliary verbs haben and sein, which take the second position, and the perfect form of the verb goes at the end. There is no change to the perfect form of the verb, only haben and sein is conjugated. The preterite form is conjugated and it lies in the second position. We more often use perfect, but the modal verbs and haben and sein we use in spoken German as well. Regularly, we use the preterite form of modal verbs more often than we use the perfect form of the modal verbs. Okay. While learning, please make sure that you learn preterite form and the perfect form together, and also the haben and sein auxiliary verbs. Now, auxiliary verbs haben and sein are conjugated in the second position, and haben is more often used as a auxiliary verb for almost all of the verbs. Only sein is used when there is a shift of position or when there is a movement occurring in the verb. Okay, but of course this is not applicable for all the verbs. There are also a few verbs which take both haben and sein. When there is a movement, it takes haben, and only sorry, when there is a movement, it takes sein. And even though the verb is referring to a movement, but if the position or the object is remaining in its own place, then it takes haben. Okay, clear?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. If there's any doubt, please let me know. Das ist alles für heute.
I
Danke. Yes,
just
yes.
have one doubt.
Uh-huh.
So, if you are writing your resume or writing your cover letter, so which form will you use? Which is more appropriate?
Perfect. If you want to say I learned something from this school, then you can say preterite form. But if you are referring to some to your last job like 3 4 months back, then you can use perfect tense.
Like for example, I want to say I have worked in this company 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm. So
So
you
is
can
it
use we can use perfect in that case.
Okay.
Yeah, but if you want to say something that you studied from this college, then you can use perfect as well. Preteritum form is not usually used, Arvind. We prefer to use the perfect form.
Okay.
Yes.
So even in the cover letters, right? When you
Yes. Yes.
apply to
Yes.
company.
Yes.
Okay.
I can confirm that as well if you want, and I can let you know next time as well. I'll check it out, but as far as I know, this is how we use it.
Yeah, that will be great. Yeah, if you can
Yeah,
check
sure.
that. Okay. So by the way, when will be the next class? Is it
We
will
will
it
have
be?
it on Tuesday. Monday, you are not free, right? Monday, you have some traveling.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, right. So we will
So
have an, yes.
from when is your exams? I thought you are
Yeah,
busy
my
in.
exams are actually starting from Monday itself, but we just have like one or maybe maximum extended two classes. So I thought of finishing it this week. And then because after that we will be starting in June itself. So just for one class, it's not correct to keep you hanging with A2. That's why I thought like we could complete it by next this Tuesday, and then B1 we can start in June.
Okay. No, I am. I was just saying because if it is too much pressure for you because of the exams, then maybe we can do it on the weekends, or we don't have to do it immediately.
No, actually the problem with weekends is I have an exam on every Monday. So it's
Ah,
yeah, and then Tuesday I can have it because the next class would be on Thursday. I mean my next exam is on Thursday. So I get Wednesday off. That's why.
okay. Yeah, whatever is comfortable for you. Yeah,
Yes,
no
yes,
pressure.
sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Cheers.
Thank you. Dankeschön. Tschüss.
Bye.